Emman is like, are you sure?
Yep. Why can't I hear twice?
Oh my gosh. Hello, lovely people. It is Thursday, the 18th of August. Welcome to TDA. Welcome to TDA, the day after your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. We've got a host of technicians here today.
Nah, today is actually going to be hilarious.
Today is going to be a very interesting day, but I am one of your hosts and my own royalty.
All right. It's the Oracle, the voice of reason, big man use.
And they call me Emman, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
Okay, let's give you guys the DL and the down low and what's going on. So basically, our lovely Brent is away. Brent is living it up. Living it up with the bitches. I'm joking. No, Brent is just living life. He's away. So we're basically the engineers.
So I'm responsible for changing the screens.
Yes.
So whenever someone's talking, I gotta switch the camera.
Have you switched
Yeah.
yourself right
Oh,
now?
shit.
Exactly.
And so far, I'm having a bit of a mess. So I gotta remember to change the camera to whoever's speaking.
Yes. And then E-Man has to do the music. So you guys would have heard a lovely remix that he dropped on us this morning. He dropped a remix on us this morning. Yeah, but we've got this, guys.
Yeah, we got this.
Got this. I can't lie, it's going to be a quick show. It's going to be a quick one, but we've got this.
All right.
All right, how's everyone doing? Good, fine.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's get it.
And everyone can hear us, right?
Everyone can hear us?
Alright, good.
If you can hear us, just put like a peace sign in the comments.
Of the peace sign, but before we do go on there, do subscribe to our channel, like this video. This, by the way, this is it. So this video is what's gonna stay on. This is it. There's no fancy edits today, no fancy thumbnail. This is it, guys. So like the video, subscribe to our channel, join the community, join the TNB community, which is the TNB network, and you join that by going on, typing in your browser, community.thenewblack.com. Black is spelled with an X. Yeah, we will be giving you guys a full rundown on the TDA aspects of the community on Monday. But until then, let's get into our headlines.
Right now?
Yeah, right now. Nah, today is gonna be 2 jokes, man. I said, oh, what now?
You know, you know what's fun? He did like he was waiting for Brent to play the music. Like, ain't no Brent.
Nah, today is gonna be comical.
Today's
You know what?
jokes.
I think today's title should be figuring it out.
Yeah, figure it out, man.
Yeah, figuring it out.
Let's do this.
All right. So, the first headline is all down to the storms and the rains which caused yesterday's flash floods. So, thunderstorms and flash floods have struck parts of southern England, causing flash flooding in the large areas of central London. Intense downpours began in London and swept through the southeast. A yellow thunderstorm warning was in place until midnight last night for much of southern England, which means there was a risk of flooding, lightning strikes, travel disruption, and power cuts. The Environment Agency has issued 17 flood alerts across England, with up to 100 millimeters of rain possibly falling in some areas. The heavy rain in the capital affected many parts of central London, including Bloomsbury, St Pancras Station, Victoria, and Kentish Town. Rain filled the North London high streets of Stoke Newington and Stamford Hill and other parts of London, with cars seen struggling to drive through the water. Heavy rainfall led to roads across England, Wales, and Scotland becoming flooded, following weeks of extreme heat and tinder dry conditions. The warning issued by the Met Police say fast flowing or deep flood water is likely, causing danger to life.
That was wild. I saw a video of that Victoria Station. It was crazy.
I didn't see that, you know.
That was crazy. Like, people literally, like, it was proper flooded. Proper flooded. It was a whole thing.
Yesterday, I kind of experienced some as well.
Flooding.
Yeah, I was driving home. I was thinking, like, why is there so much like traffic in it?
Oh, yeah.
Got down there, it's just seeing the whole ground is basically just water. Yeah,
wow.
yeah, on the dual carriageway.
That's mad.
Yeah, so everyone had to kind of just move into one lane and kind of go up on the pavement, kind of on the dual carriageway, you know. So yeah,
I remember one time, yeah, was it last summer? Yeah, I remember it was last summer, and I was going to a DLT, and I hate driving in the rain. First, I don't like going out in the rain. If I have plans and it's raining, chances I'm going to cancel. I just feel icky in the rain. It's just the whole thing. But then I was going, yeah, and when I tell you, it's that kind of rain where like even the wipers, it couldn't even keep up with it. It was as if someone was pouring buckets, and I couldn't see, and I literally I was just winging it. And I said, Jesus, take the wheel because I actually can't. It was ridiculous. And then obviously my car is very little, cute and little Miss Daisy, right? So I'm like, I can't afford for this little heifer to break down in the,
Little heifer.
I'm like, I just can't. If my car breaks, I will actually stay in there because what am I going to do? And I was thinking, the trainers I'm wearing, I can't get these wet. It was a whole thing. It's actually ridiculous.
I didn't realize there was floods yesterday.
Really?
No.
It was the whole thing.
I didn't see any floods.
Crazy.
That's because Yusuf is rich. He's got a house on the hill.
All right. That's on period.
Inshallah.
Amen to that. All right.
All right. So the next headline, again, this is a crazy one. This is basically what Yusuf was asking for some weeks back. Monkeypox.
Oh.
So,
I was like,
you
what was I
dying
asking
for it?
So, but this is a bit, and it'll make sense when I start reading. So, a dog has been infected with monkeypox after catching the virus from its owner.
Huh?
I told you they're making things up.
No, but how though?
Lips in the monkey.
Boy, let's see. It's the first case of its kind, and now health leaders say isolating from pets when infected is important. The World Health Organization, let's just call it the WHO, also warned of the need to get rid of rubbish carefully to reduce the risk of infecting other animals. An expert says there's no evidence that dogs can transmit the disease to other dogs or humans. Monkeypox spreads through close skin-to-skin contact and also when someone touches fabrics, such as clothing, bedding, or towels, which have been used by someone with the virus. Around 35,000 cases have now been confirmed around the world, with most in Europe and North and South America. There have been 12 deaths linked to the outbreak. Monkeypox was declared a global public health emergency by the WHO in July. However, after a steep rise in cases of monkeypox in the UK since May, cases have started leveling off, according to the UK Health Security Agency. It comes as the UK supplies of the vaccine are set to run out until a new delivery of 100,000 jabs arrives sometime in September. The first case of the human-to-dog transmission of monkeypox occurred in Paris and was reported in the Lancet. Two men, and this is the situation, two men living in the same house who have sex with men noticed lesions on their greyhound dog 12 days after they started getting symptoms. Genetic analysis showed that the virus which infected the dog was exactly the same as the virus infecting the men. They said that they had been co-sleeping with their dog.
What's co-sleeping mean? Dogs in the same bed, isn't it?
Yeah, sleeping in the same bed.
Do you know what's crazy? It's I find it funny when they say stuff like, there's no evidence that dogs can transmit the disease to other dogs or humans. First of all, there was no evidence that dogs could catch it.
There you go.
How is that a word of advice? We don't know. We don't know what we don't know, as Marx would always say.
Yep.
It's
These
crazy,
people
man.
just like to talk in it.
That's it.
They've been fucking their dog, huh?
Ebony Onyx said, I know what colour the owner is already. Girl, same. I already know what it is.
No, but white people.
Yeah, it's the Caucasians.
Caucasians.
Yeah. Is the camera on you?
Yes, on me.
Okay, yeah.
They're very like touchy feely with the dogs. So they'll kiss
They
their
love
dogs.
it.
They'll
Kissing the mouth.
let the dog slap
Have
on
a
their
bath.
face.
Yeah.
It's not hygienic.
It's so honestly nasty.
It's not hygienic at all.
There must be definitely like other things that they've caught and they pass between each other and stuff like that. Definitely.
Oh no. It's actually nasty. It's so disgusting. It's actually disgusting.
How do you feel about Nigerians who have dogs?
How do I feel about them?
Yeah.
But Nigeria is okay. In Nigeria
No,
or here?
in here. I always find it interesting
I find it interesting.
when black people, more so Africans,
Yeah.
have dogs.
have pets.
Have pets in general, but dogs more specifically.
Because I think I find it weird with a cat. Because you know, like back home, Africans think cats are witches. So I mean, you really
Okay.
gonna let a witch live up in your crib?
Yeah.
But I find it weird when they have pets and stuff. I'm just like,
Yeah, I don't really associate animals and black people.
I
More,
don't.
like, I associate them more with Caribbeans,
Yeah.
but not so much with Africans.
That's true. That's true.
Even when I go back to Nigeria and I see dogs, it still is a bit weird to me.
But back home, the dogs are they're different though. They're just wild.
Yeah, but
one
they have
cares
stray
about
dogs,
them.
yeah, or they're like security dogs.
Security
the
dogs,
proper,
yeah.
the proper aggressive dogs. They're the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
Because you never see them like in the house patting them
Yeah.
and doing that.
We had a
Never
dog
Was
when
it?
I was in Nigeria. Yeah, but
Oh.
you had to leave my great grandma's house because I was scared of dogs. God, that's ridiculous. And yeah, it lived there, and it was the whole thing. Yeah, it was just not it.
Have you ever had any pets here?
Nah, it's impossible.
Do you count fish as pets?
What?
Fish.
I thought you said catfish. That's what I said.
No, fish.
That's a dish. Yeah.
Okay, I had
It's
goldfish.
actually a pet. No, it's not a pet.
I had
I don't
goldfish.
know, you know.
I had goldfish when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pet. Yeah, it's a pet because
Yeah.
it's not like a ornament. I would see it as a decoration for the house.
No,
You know what I mean? But it
a lot
really
of people
isn't.
don't class fish as pets
Why not?
because I think it's very low maintenance. They're just
That's what they think.
They're,
They
in,
clean tra-
they're in a tank.
But that tank I heard gets really dirty. It's a whole work to clean it.
Clean it, yeah. But you,
know-
don't do it as often. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to tend to. You can forget about them for a few days.
But they die. If the tank is dirty, they die.
Yeah, but you don't have to clean it often though.
They what?
You don't have to clean it often. The tank.
Is it? Oh, okay.
No, they don't die from a dirty tank.
I've heard they do, you know.
Yeah, but that's extreme dirt.
Extreme.
That means you
Okay.
haven't
You
cleaned
never
that
cleaned
tank
it.
for time.
Okay.
My fish died because I was being mischievous and I poured all the fish food into the tank on purpose, and then they just died because of it.
Why? Like, did they eat too much?
Yeah.
No, I poured the entire contents of the fish food into the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did they drown them or something?
Yeah, they suffocated them. They,
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
serious?
yeah,
So wait, so how big?
Damn.
Oh, so it was like a small tank.
yeah. It wasn't a massive tank. It was.
Okay.
So you filled it up.
I filled up. Maybe it was like, maybe like this big, but it was round. And then I was just, you know what's that saying? The devil makes work for idle thumbs.
Yeah.
I was just had the urge to do it, so I just poured all the fish food into the tank, left it, and then I came back and they were dead.
How many did you have?
Too. There was a goldfish and then this black fish with a big, googly eyes.
Oh, ew.
And I buried them in my garden.
You buried them?
Yeah.
You just flushed them down the toilet?
Nah, I buried them. I had like a little.
A ceremony.
It wasn't a ceremony. I just put them in the floor.
Did you bury them before anyone saw them? Or?
No, I told everyone what happened. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I had the experience. You know, back in the day, like in primary school, they would have like you might have like a bird or like in a little cage or whatever for the
yeah.
classroom.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're allowed you to take it home like
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the weekend and stuff. Yeah, that I think that's pretty much my only experience with a pet.
I thought you were going to say you killed it.
No. I took it serious, you know.
Okay.
I took the what do they call it? The cage.
What was the animal again?
A bird.
It's one of
Oh,
those
bird.
Yeah, it was a bird.
Oh.
There's no way a bird is living up in my house.
You know what pets I hate? Sorry, let me just change the camera. You know what pets I hate? When I was in primary school, like rabbits,
Hamsters.
gerbils, hamsters, guinea pigs.
They're so nasty. They're just nasty.
Nasty, man. I can't
Yeah.
take like obviously rats and mouse. Like
I know what you mean.
small furry animals.
Yeah.
I
it's-
can't stand it.
Yeah, I just can't deal with it, man.
At all.
It's not for me and pets. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our topic of the day. What are you saying?
Okay, so today's topic of the day is a bit of an interesting one, and it's based on a conversation that was being had by Tank, the R&B singer, right? And basically, he's kind of articulating the common interaction that happens between a man and a woman,
Yeah.
or at a particular club,
Yeah.
right? So I'm gonna play it first, and I want to get you lot's opinion on what he's saying.
Spoke about, getting into some real nasty shit when I got out here, but I just want to let you know before I come,
Right?
You think if a guy buys a girl a drink in the club, that she should like have a conversation with him, or can she just say thanks and walk away?
I think that whatever your intentions are should be communicated in the beginning. True. Hey man, hey beautiful, I'd love to buy you a drink and have a conversation with you. If your drink goes with the conversation. If she says, nah, I'm cool, got it, no drink for you.
You gotta have a conversation.
You gotta make your intentions clear.
So fellas mess up when they say, "Can I buy you a drink?"
You just say, can I buy you a drink? And she
they
says,
say, yeah.
yes, I'm thirsty. Run that. You know what I'm saying? So how you doing? I'm doing fine. If you could just let me drink my drink. I just bought you the drink. I bought you the drink.
Does he have to buy all her girls drinks too if she's like with a couple of friends?
You should.
It depends on. Listen,
Oh,
it depends on your level.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I walk in, I'm trying to impress the friends too, because I want the friends to say, "Girl, you better talk to him."
But you ain't got it like that though. And the drinks are expensive now. You go to so many places, the drinks are $26.
How you gonna think he don't got it like that, man?
I'm not
God
saying-
damn.
Just said you ain't got it like
You as
that.
a university.
Oh, I'm about to say, wow.
Universal you.
You sure
Charlamagne
you want this to be your last album?
You can't buy some
That's the meaning of R&B.
Tank, the R&B singer, right? Okay.
That's a
so-
YouTube.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, people. So everyone pretty much heard the gist of that, right? So the question is,
Damn, this is
guys-
really delayed, didn't it?
Huh?
It's really delayed, didn't it?
Or the YouTube.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so the question is, right? When you buy a girl a drink, are you basically buying her a drink to obviously have a conversation with her?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, that's number one. Is that like a mandatory in your mind? I'm only buying her a drink because obviously there's some type of conversation here
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I want had, yeah.
Yeah.
And you feel like if she accepts the drink, you basically should expect a conversation, right?
Yeah.
And to the women, if a guy obviously buys a drink, do you basically kind of receive that as, you know what, I know he wants to talk to me now, so I'm, preparing for that. So you basically, you know his intentions, right?
Yeah.
And number two, once he's bought you the drink, do you feel like you have to have a word with him? Do you feel like you have to?
I don't feel like I have to do anything. I don't want to do. I'm joking. No, I think I always say that the best guys are the men who just do things and just leave. But if a guy buys me a drink, I don't always think that means conversation.
Okay.
Sometimes I just think there's some men who just want to see women have a good time. So sometimes a guy will just buy me a drink and like, oh, have a nice night, like ladies or whatever it is. But sometimes it is to as a conversation starter or say that as a conversation starter. You can't be talking to me and you're just drying out the spit I have. Like I'm just parched now. It makes no sense. Come with a drink, that kind of vibe.
Okay.
I think for me, I just think it is what it is, basically. Like I do expect a conversation, but if a conversation doesn't happen, I'm not shocked by the fact that a conversation hasn't happened. Do you get what I mean? If it happens, then it happens. If not, there are actually some men who just want to see women have a good time. Like, oh, what are you going to drink? Or blah, blah, or you order a drink. They're like, oh, it's fine. I'll pay for it kind of thing at the bar. And rock away, have a nice night, ladies. Like, oh,
Those
nice,
men are
done.
normally wearing blazers and t-shirts.
They're
man.
not, They're really not.
All right, hold on. So
Which drink I'm going?
I got two takes on this. If it's a scenario
Camera
where
on you.
yeah, where we've got a table and we want to curate some vibes and we want to bring a bunch of girls over, give them drinks, that's more so just to create a vibe, share the love.
Yeah.
We got drinks, we got plenty of drinks.
Yeah.
Have some, let's get our table lively, let's get this party started.
Yeah.
There's that one. In that scenario, I think there's very little intention from the men in terms of, you're coming to the table, so we have to talk. It's just come, enjoy.
Yeah.
But if a singular man seeks out a singular woman and offers her a drink, more times than not, it's because he wants to have a conversation with her.
Yeah.
He's not going to just give her a drink and walk away, because essentially, what's the point?
To get her hydrated?
No, but let's be honest. You see a singular woman
Yeah.
that you obviously, there's a reason why you approached her, right? You think
Yeah.
she's attractive, whatever. Hey, would you like a drink? Yeah, I like it. What are you drinking? Okay, here you go. Bye. Doesn't make any sense. Like you just like I mean.
No, but it's like have a nice night.
No, I hear that, but why? Because you've approached her for a reason. Is what I'm saying. You obviously,
He's approached me to get me a drink because I look nice. He feels like okay, like he can see me. He thinks okay, she looks good.
Yeah.
Blah blah. There you go. Have a night. Have like here's a drink. Keep enjoying. Enjoy the night.
yeah, those are the niggas that are wearing
They're not.
t-shirts and blazers.
Just like Kenny Samuels. No, they're not.
You know what it is? Okay, cool. I'll talk from my own experience because obviously
Yeah.
you're talking from your experience
Yeah.
and there are men like that. But for me, I'm not just going to see a woman and offer her a drink just for the sake of offering her a drink.
Yeah.
If I offer her a drink, it's in part to have some type of conversation with
Yeah.
her. The conversation is she's not obliged to have it.
Yeah.
You can say, oh, yeah, I'd like a drink because you want a drink. I'll give you a drink. You may not want to talk to me. It's fine. You may want to talk to me without the drink.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to see a girl that I think is attractive,
get a
offer her a drink and then walk away.
Do you know what it is? I think obviously the kind of situation I've actually experienced both where a guy's got me a drink obviously to have conversations, and I've actually had guys where I'm at their bar and I've ordered my drink I'm like, it's fine, I'll pay for it. And there's been no conversation after that. I think sometimes people are just you're just in a good mood, vibe is right. It's like, do you know what? Enjoy your night, ladies, like that kind of stuff. Or like, yeah, sometimes even guys will get us drinks and be like, oh, like, enjoy your night, ladies. Like, it's not.
Yeah, no,
but
that,
I think
that happens as well.
yes, I think it just really depends. But I think I don't always expect a conversation. But I think it's because I've had guys like pay me compliments, not move to me and get me a drink without like moving to me or conversation. So my mind doesn't automatically think it's a conversation, but it does make sense that it is a conversation.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I think the moments where guys have bought me a drink and it hasn't been a thing, it hasn't really like, I haven't peeped that he's trying to sort me out. So I guess what you're saying, actually, that's a different situation because I would think it's a little creepy.
Yeah.
If I peeped you over on the other side of the room and you come over, like, let me just get you a drink. And it's just that, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But usually, like, it's like guys kind of, because you know sometimes when you're at a function, you can feel people's vibes. Do you know what I mean? So they feel like, you know, me and my girls or girl, whoever I'm with, have got good vibes. They got good vibes. We joke here and there and there. And we get drinks and it's like, yeah, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
pick up the guys who've been inviting girls on the tables. I love that.
Okay, so in a situation like that, yeah, where guys inviting girls to the table, right?
Yeah.
What's that for?
I just said,
Yeah, but
Go
like,
on, hit. I'm joking.
so is it not that, or like, how do you see it, Yusuf? Are you basically just saying just like for vibes and company? That's it.
it can be that. It can be both. There's situations where we've been out, and I remember one time actually in particular, it was my friend's brother's stag do. But there was maybe like 9-10 men at a table. Obviously, it's a stag do. There's no girls.
Yeah.
So we're like, yo, let's go and get some girls and let's create a vibe. No one was trying to move to anyone. We just brought girls to the table. Oh, you want to drink? You want to drink? Come up to our section.
just,
We got space. Sit down.
Let's have fun.
Pour. It was just a vibe. I can't talk to what everyone was doing individually, but I was just there vibing.
Yeah, 'cause I think even within those situations, there's always one guy who maybe the intention wasn't to like, you know, talk to somebody, but while you're vibing, you kind of peep like, do you know what? I find her a bit attractive, and then that happens,
And they're not wrong with that. And you can. Some men do bring women to the table that they find attractive, obviously. When you're seeking out women, you want to get, you know, the ones that you think are nice, right? So and you may want to talk to one of the women. They're not wrong with that.
Yeah, true indeed.
The funny situations is when I like, so say like my friend is a guy who likes my friend or whatever. Basically, we get invited to the table, right? But I'm just backing my friend in this situation. None of your others don't talk to me. But obviously, like I can't be that friend who's like, I'm good vibes anyways. I've been joking, chilling. But it's always funny when you're joking and you're being fun and whatever, and the guy who you're just talking to just because your friend is occupied really thinks I'm interested. I'm like, no, I'm just being friendly, sir. I'm here. I'm on a mission. I'm on an assignment.
But I mean, it's potentially an opportunity, isn't it?
No, it's not. You see a guy I know, listen, I could be thirsty AF. If a guy that I don't want to see offers me a drink, don't worry, sir, it's fine. It's fine. I just thirst.
But then both of you just standing there looking awkward, like whilst your friend and his friend, you're not talking and whatnot.
Yeah, but sometimes, do you know what it is sometimes as well, yeah? Like the person, so say it's like two guys and I'm with my friend, it's two of us, yeah? Some of the other guys are annoying, bruv. Like, just, I'm looking at my friend like, you owe me big time.
You know, men think the same thing.
Oh, and that's fair enough, but it's not me. I'm not the problem. Because there's some guys, I'm just like, how are you guys even friends? Like, how are you guys? You're so different. She's over there kikiing. I'm over here wanting to punch you in the throat. Like, what the heck is going on here?
How they look or how they're behaving?
Everything, because you know, even if you're not good, like, I can still be friendly with you. But some guys, it's like it's as if they're not used to talking to girls. So the way they're talking is just a bit weird and like awkward. So you can see that he's thinking my boy is talking to this girl, which obviously they might know each other, blah blah. But he's thinking maybe this is an opportunity for me to get to know this one kind of thing. But you're not really. It's just a bit weird. Like the energy is just a bit weird. Some guys honestly have no game whatsoever. Like they can't even be like normal friendly. They're just awkward behaving. Yeah. And it's just like, gosh, I've got to go. Yeah, just saying it.
Miss Mariah in the chat, yeah, she said, some men buy you one drink, right? And act like they own you for the whole night.
Do you know what's funny?
So I don't do all that getting drinks and sitting at tables.
Do you know what's so funny? Because when you said there was a clip, when I saw the doc here, I said, I know Emman's not about to put my pod up on here. I literally, the episode just came out on Monday. This is what we talked about. Check it out, no shade. This is literally what we talked about. And the title, I titled it, he buys one drink and thinks he's my handbag for the rest of the night. Because there's some men like that. Sir, it was one drink. I'm not in debt to you the rest of my life. It's one beverage. Calm down.
Have you ever
Those are the worst guys.
Have you ever bought a guy a drink before?
What am I doing that for? Kind of foolishness.
What
No,
if
I'm
you're-
joking. No,
what
I
if-
haven't.
What if you're interested in him? Would you just do the eye thing, do the hair?
No, I
thing?
have no problem moving to guys. I've moved to guys.
Okay, how did you go about doing this?
I've got game. I've got a little bit of game.
Okay.
I've moved to 3 guys successfully, I would say. Like we
100%.
actually, like it actually became something. We dated for a while and then weren't compatible, so it ended anyway. But
Okay.
I haven't been rejected when I've moved to a guy. I have no problem if I think a guy's attractive or whatever. I have no problem talking to him. I wouldn't buy you a drink though. I'm cute. Talk to me. The heck?
Why? Why do you buy him a drink?
Why don't you have your own drink?
Why don't you have your own drink?
I'm different.
Why?
I'm a woman. Women should be. You
Should
should
be.
care for me like an egg. Like,
But men can't be catered to.
no, you can be catered to, but when I'm your girl.
So prior to that, so hold on. On dates, do you buy men drinks?
Oh, absolutely.
So
On a date,
so
like-
rounds and that.
So
Rounds.
I don't mind doing rounds. I don't mind even paying for a bill here and there. Like I don't mind all of that stuff.
Yeah, but in the club setting, no.
No, because why am I buying you a drink? I don't know. In the club setting, it's just like, yeah. But I don't mind moving to a guy. But I feel like I am enough. I don't think I need to come with a drink. Nah. But I think the only time I buy a guy drinks, like say we went out or something, I could buy you guys drinks. Do you get me? But not as a gateway
You know
to
what?
get
Yeah?
to his heart.
It's funny you said that. Yeah. So you moved to 3 guys successfully. Is it 3 out of 3, or is it like 3 out of 5 or 3 out of
No,
10?
it's definitely 3 out of 3, babe.
So
That's
it's
what
100% success rate.
100% success.
But the thing is, yeah, you know how like they say AJ, right? Annie Joshua. He specifically picks out his targets,
Oh no, trust me.
and he picks fighters that he most probably was gonna beat.
Nah.
Right? He's creating his narrative
Now,
very
believe
well.
me, the guys.
So are you doing that too? You're picking like no brainers.
Put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. Absolutely not. My standard is.
This is like picking the sure things.
No, because I've still got to date you. And I've got to look at your face every day. I go for my standard that I have. Trust me, these guys are levels.
Okay, all right. So you've punched. You believe you punched and you've succeeded in the punch.
So because I said the levels, I punched.
No, I'm asking you. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying the guys you're talking about
Yeah.
are punching. I'm saying have you?
No, I don't believe I have.
Okay.
As in, like, gone for a guy that I think is better than me.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have. No.
Just more so around your level.
It's what I'm attracted to.
Where you're yeah. Okay,
Yeah, do you get what I mean?
yeah.
So if I'm attracted to you, I don't see it as, oh, he's better looking than me.
Yeah.
I'm a girl, you're a guy. Like, yeah, this thing can be measured, but I'm not like a. I don't think I'm like Princess Fiona. Like I'm not ogre. So it's not punching. I don't know. My mind is not punching.
That's 2 things there, because I wanted to ask you something about the 100%
Yeah.
success rate, right? But that's a good thing that you just mentioned there, yeah, because I'm kind of interested in that.
Mm.
Do you feel like, because me personally, I believe guys,
Yeah.
we may look at a chick, yeah, for example, and be like, okay, yeah, she's nice, da, da, da.
Yeah.
And you kind of assess it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The levels
Yeah.
to some degree, right? If you've got the confidence, and obviously, if you're 5, you can move to a 10 and be successful,
Yeah.
right? But you still know she's a 10.
Yeah.
With women,
Yeah.
do you guys look at men and say, I'm looking good today, I know this, but that guy could get a Rihanna?
I can't speak for anybody else, but I would tell you with a fact, no conviction in my heart, I do not do that. If I found you attractive, okay. But I don't take offense to people not finding me attractive.
Okay.
Do you get me? Because I know what I like. Like even some of the celebrities that girls crush on, as in that they're like, oh my gosh, I want him to fart in my mouth.
Whoa. How did we get here?
What the hell? No one does that, right?
Yes, people do.
In what
But like, they
country?
just think he's so fine, they will take anything
Oh,
from
well,
him.
you have friends who've done that.
Absolutely not. Not my circle.
Then how do you hear about that?
On Twitter, on the mean streets of Twitter.
What does that do, though?
Like, hold on. Literally, like, what do you mean open mouth, or is like a just
Like a straw.
is it just the air, or is it direct contact? As in,
Yusuf,
I'm
don't
squatting
know.
over you
I've never
and I've
looked.
farted into that
I've never looked this
bussa.
up.
Or what is it? I mean, was it a young whiff? Like, I don't understand.
I've never looked into this. I've never investigated into it.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah. So even some of the guys that women will be like, oh, like he's good looking. I don't find him attractive. Do you get me? I like what I like, and I really don't have a type. I just like I like saucy guys. So I don't ever look at a guy and think, oh, I'm punching, or he's too good looking. He might not find me attractive. I'm fine with, even if it's a guy where people don't think, people say he's ugly. I don't think people are ugly, but if people say he's ugly and he doesn't find me attractive, I don't take offense to that.
I'm not gonna
Because you
lie.
have a right.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls have Esther's mentality.
We just go for it.
Yeah.
We go for it. Yusuf is basically saying,
Yusuf's like,
Yusuf, like, some of you are a bit too cheeky. Some of you need to be realistic. You think you can date me? How dare you dare me?
No,
I will
listen.
say that, okay, let me be honest though.
Yeah.
There are sometimes where certain kind of guys have moved to me, yeah. And I'm like,
The audacity.
excuse me? The audacity. What? But like, do you know what though? I like faith. I'm a woman of faith. You go forth, have faith. But no.
But do you ever feel like obviously it's like sometimes like a how, not like a how dare you, but
it's like, wow.
do you ever question yourself that?
No, I'll be honest with you. I don't necessarily question myself, but I look at them. I think I haven't seen my face maybe since I put this makeup on, or I've dressed up. I just have to look at, okay, how am I looking in this very moment?
Yeah.
That made you.
Yeah. What about me?
What about me
makes you think you can get me?
Yes, was inviting.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, nothing. This is just someone who knows what they like, and that's great.
Confidence, no.
Confidence. I'm not interested, but I rate the confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. And my other question is, again, due to your 100% success rate,
Absolutely.
do you feel like we'll probably get further in society if women started moving to men? Do you get what I'm saying?
Emman.
No, women do
Yes.
move to men.
So,
No,
sorry,
but-
as in more than,
I think more than we do now. I always say to women, yeah, don't get with a guy that you like. Get with a guy that likes you, because I think a lot of women, yeah, once a guy. Thank you. We don't have this moment often, Emman. Thank you. I love that. Love that for us. But a lot of women, yeah, because like it's enough for the guy to kind of somewhat like them. Have you ever heard? Actually, no, you must have heard women when they're like, "Oh, I didn't really like him at first, but I grew to like him."
Yeah.
We need to stop that. We need to stop that. That's how people are getting played in the streets. I think women should go for guys that they like, because men. One thing men are gonna do is go for the women that they like. Whether you like them, I could like a guy die and he will be like, "Listen, man, I'm not feeling this." Do you get what I mean? But women, it's like we're happy to it's almost like we're happy to take any crumb where we can. It's like a charity case kind of situation. No, I always say to women, go for the guys that you like. If you like a guy, don't wait for guys to move to you. Move to him. You like him, move to him. Don't sit down waiting around for a guy that you're not really gonna be feeling like that, but because he's giving you the attention, like, okay, I'll go with it. No, I think more women need to move to guys. Absolutely. I'm here for it.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
Here.
Here.
Before we move on to the next segment, somebody in the chat, is basically anticipating and waiting for their A-level results. K De Niro, 04.
We got P-Babes. Oh, today. Yes, it's today, isn't it?
So I just want to big you up.
All the best, hon.
That person also said, I don't know if it's a woman or a man. K De Niro? Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
Basically just said they had they were doing some binge watching of Meet Us After 7, man.
Oh, yes, it.
So, they're big fans of Yusuf.
Lovely.
Also grew up in Camberwell.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice, man.
Yeah, so
My neighbor.
that was literally an episode from 3 years ago with 90s Baby, apparently.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
nice.
so yeah.
Sick,
Yeah,
sick,
just
sick.
want to wish you all the best.
Yeah, wish you all the best, babes.
You got nothing to worry about, man.
You've got nothing to worry about.
You got this.
If you want to go uni, let us know what you need to get into.
That's a quick question for you, yeah?
Yes.
From Chi. Where is it? I've lost it.
It's about if I don't have a type.
Yeah, just have a type. How does she know the man are levels? Whose levels are you measuring?
My levels. No, I don't get the question. They're levels. Like I know you can tell whether you don't have, if you have a type or not. you can tell when a man is levels.
Yeah, like
He's
yeah,
levels.
Yeah, because exactly.
You don't need
Like,
a type to have levels.
You don't need to be attracted to, for example, I don't know, Jennifer Aniston or Catherine Zeta-Jones or one of these white people. Yeah, for
Yeah.
example, to know, okay, you know what, I get that they're
levels.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What do men I do with our levels? And someone said, what was it? Everest said, Everest, you're cheeky today, you know? Because Everest earlier asked about where's Brent. First of all, you never see Brent. So how do you know Brent's not here? Furthermore, anyway, he said, Esther, you're proud. No, I'm not. You need to know what you want. In this life here, know what you want and get it. Otherwise, you people will carry last. And I don't carry last. All right, let's get into our next headlines. So funny. Oh, dear.
All right, people. I hope you had enjoyed that segment. But this next headline is to do with Ofgem. Ofgem is the Office of Gas and Electricity Markets.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. So, a non-executive director at the energy regulator Ofgem has quit over changes to the way the energy price cap is set. Christine Farnish told The Times she felt the regulator had not struck the right balance between the interests of the consumers and the interests of the suppliers. Ofgem is in charge of setting the level at which domestic energy costs are capped, and they do that every 3 months. In her interview with The Times, Ms. Farnish said she disagreed with the decision to change the cap to enable suppliers to recoup certain wholesale costs sooner, a measure that the regulators have said will prevent more suppliers from going bust, right? Ofgem recently changed the rules so that the cap can be revised every 3 months instead of every 6, saying that this would make it less likely that more energy suppliers would collapse, and it will allow consumers to feel the benefit of any future fall in prices more quickly. An Ofgem spokesperson said, due to this unprecedented energy crisis, Ofgem is having to make sure incredibly difficult decisions where carefully balanced trade-offs are being weighed up all the time. But we always prioritize consumers' needs, both in the immediate and long term. The regulator has faced criticism for raising the energy price cap, which is the maximum amount suppliers can charge domestic consumers in England, Scotland, and Wales for each unit of energy. The cap is designed to protect consumers from short-term price changes, and it's adjusted by Ofgem, like I said, every 3 months based on the price energy suppliers pay producers for electricity and gas. So yeah, she's basically unhappy at the way they're doing it. She feels like, especially during these tough times, why are you prioritizing the businesses?
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that's a good stance for her to kind of be in, man.
Definitely.
She risked her job for it. She sacrificed, man. Yes. And the second headline, which is kind of similar, but I'll definitely want to hear you guys take on this, and you guys in the chat, right? And this is an RAF officer quits over diversity targets. Yeah. So a senior female RAF recruitment officer has resigned amid claims of pressure to meet diversity targets. The unnamed group captain is reported to have voiced frustration that white men were rejected in a bid to recruit more ethnic minorities and women. Right? The Royal Air Force RAF aims to hit targets of 20% for minority ethnicities and 40% for women among new recruits by 2030. The force insisted recruitment had not been paused, and it was working to recruit more underrepresented people. Britain's armed forces have made no secret that they want to attract more women and more Black and Asian recruits. The head of Britain's armed forces, the Chief of Defence Staff Admiral Sir Tony Radakin, has described their underrepresentation as woeful. But the IAF has gone the furthest, setting ambitious targets to more than double its recruitment of women to hit 40%, like I said, by 2030, as well as to ensure ethnic minorities make up 20% of new recruits. Defence sources suggested that she, the woman who quit, was being pressured to turn away white male candidates. In a statement, the RAF insisted recruitment had not paused, but it said it was doing everything it could to increase the recruitment of underrepresented groups. A spokesperson said the force would not shy away from challenges it faced to attract candidates from every part of the UK workforce. The Ministry of Defence said operational effectiveness was essential and insisted the RAF, like the rest of the armed forces, was determined to reflect the society it serves to protect. Earlier this year, and this is very important here, right? Earlier this year, a leaked internal email appealed for a pilot to attend the premiere of the movie Top Gun, right, the new one. as the face of RAF. But this is what it says in the email. It was looking for a person, apparently, who was preferably not white and male. So yes, that's the end of the headline.
Captain is an egg.
Who's that?
Captain. So did he quit though? Did he?
Is it she? Yeah.
Is it she?
Yeah.
Oh dear. So she quits
Mm-hmm.
because of the rule that they have to meet this.
Kind of, but I think it's more so how they're going about it. So I think she's basically saying she was pressured into turning away white men,
Okay.
to try and bring in more.
Yeah, but then are there black and Asian people putting their hands up to do these things?
but that's the thing.
Do you know what I mean?
But I guess it's kind of like in other areas of life, right, where certain minorities are not represented. People feel like, you know what, they're not represented because they're not given the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the time they may be putting out ads for certain types of people,
Mm.
and they're basically saying, look, yeah, I get that, you know, maybe 10 white people want to come in,
Yeah.
but let's kind of, for now, kind of just take 5.
Okay.
So that we can try and
In
meet these
hopes of-
targets. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel she feels like, why am I having to turn away these
people
people?
that actually want to do this, yeah.
Yeah.
I get where she's coming from. I don't think it's quit worthy. It's giving racism a little bit. It's got a little undertone of white supremacy, personally.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there's a way to do it in terms of if this is what they want, they need to widen the campaign for Black, Asian, and women to know that they're welcome in these spaces.
Mm-hmm.
It might be that way people think, oh, that probably wouldn't accept me anyway.
Mm.
So that way you don't have to necessarily turn some people away. But I get it though. If they do have a quota of, okay, we only have 6 white positions and we get 6 white people, sorry, respectfully, try again next year.
Mm.
I get it. I get what they're saying, but
Yeah.
who knows? Alrighty.
Because it does seem like they're trying, especially if they're saying, look, this person's going to represent us
Yeah.
at the new Top Gun movie. And we're openly saying, preferably, let's make sure he's not a white guy. Yeah, he's not a white guy.
Yeah.
Just have a woman, if she's white, fine. Or if it's a man, Black or Asian.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I wouldn't imagine there be Black people wanting to go in these things.
This is it.
Do you know what I mean? So if it is a case where they're like being intentional and they're putting out messages to let people know that you're welcome here too, I don't think that's a bad thing. I still don't think it's quit worthy though. To quit over something like that.
But what if you're being kind of told, listen, don't accept white people?
It's your job. It's actually your job. And also, white people are still going to make up the majority of the stats anyway.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So that's why I'm like, it's weird that she quit, because did she have this energy when Black people and Asian people and women weren't really in there? Did she find that quit worthy?
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah. Can I ask one more other question then?
Of course you can.
Do you feel like we shouldn't care as much about the race and all that type of stuff, but more so about their ability? I'm not saying obviously Black or Asian people
I know what
can't
you
do
mean.
it,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? Should we care about that today?
I think absolutely. I think you should definitely care about ability, but I do think that the tricky thing with that is that sometimes Black people don't actually, Black, Asian people, ethnic minorities don't have the opportunity.
Yeah.
But I think that it's about them having the opportunity. I think so. They have the opportunity. If their opportunity is there and they come and they're qualified for things, then give it to them. But because I've always said that I don't want. It depends actually how much they're paying. I've kind of said how I don't want to be recruited somewhere just because I'm a token Black person.
There you go.
If you're gonna pay me token money, I can do it. But you get what I mean? I just think it's a bit tricky, really. Because really and truly, there should be diversity. But I think one of the reasons why I don't really like this diversity talk, especially in corporate spaces and workspaces, is because it should be. It should already be like you're going out of your way to include people that should already be included. Like you're running a whole campaign, and you know what it is? It's not because Black people have never ever applied here. It's because you haven't wanted to give them the opportunity. So when you then run a whole campaign and you're like, oh, recruit more Blacks, recruit more Asians, recruit more women, they've been applying. You never get the opportunity. So it's weird. I always find that diversity stuff weird.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, man. What's the one in America, man? What's it called? Affirmative action?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've always found, obviously, it just screams racism when you're deliberately trying to hire minorities. You should be hiring minorities in the same way you're hiring whites, not making a specific scheme to where let's make sure we fill a quota. Like, I don't want to feel like this is a pity hire, or I want to be hired for my ability,
Yeah.
and that I am right for the job, not
Yeah.
because I'm black. I'm not saying I wouldn't take the job
Yeah.
because I'm black, because at the end of the day, I want the job, right?
I need a job.
But I would like to be hired because I'm the right person for the job. Not because Joe, we've only got one black in the office. We got to recruit one more. Let's bring him in. Nah, I don't want that. But it's just the way of the world, isn't it?
But don't you feel that kind of it's kind of putting these organizations in a lose-lose situation where it's like, okay, cool. This particular organization maybe it's been around for 150 years. There's obviously a certain demographic that applies here. For whatever reason, black and Asians don't really apply here.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't think it was accessible or whatever, right?
Yeah.
In their attempt to try and widen that, though,
Yeah.
right? And they're trying to, do things like this, like you said, affirmative action. Like, isn't that a good thing then?
Yeah, that's different. If blacks and Asians aren't applying for these roles,
Okay, yeah, traditionally, yeah.
and you want to recruit them, fair enough. But if they are,
Okay.
and you're always rejecting them and picking white candidates over them,
And then now because of BLM,
yeah,
you want to now recruit them. It's weird.
yeah,
But then can't you correct someone? So let's just say I'm a racist white guy. Okay, I'm not racist, but I'm just a white guy who kind of just sees things through a particular lens,
Yeah.
right? Like, maybe I needed BLM to really kind of shake me up. Is that a bad thing?
No, it's not a bad thing because I think people can learn. I think you go through life, you learn, you grow. I don't think that's an issue at all. But I just feel that they make it such a big song and dance. And what's always annoying is that typically as well, it doesn't just stop there. So if you are the black person that was recruited, now you're like, there's just office stuff that happens where you're like the urban one.
Yeah.
You're the urban news outlet now. Do you get me? It's just little things where it just keeps reinforcing the fact that you're here because you're black. I think that's the issue. Do you get what I mean? But I don't think there's anything wrong with people being educated. Like I've said, like if I meet someone who's racist, not that I can't understand where racists are coming from, but if you've never been exposed to like any other race or anything like that, fair enough. But if you then are exposed and you're still holding on, like no, I'm then you're just you're a lunatic, you're psycho. But yeah. Otherwise, I'm here for people learning. I think learn, grow, that's benefits of life.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into a very juicy word on road today. Sorry, I did want to say so. Ebony asked a question earlier when I said I didn't have a type. She said, "Is it you don't have a physical type, or you have a type for personalities?" I definitely have a type for personalities, definitely. But I would say physically, I don't really have a physical type. I'm attracted to whoever is in front of me that I'm attracted to. Basically, my CVs has a range. But yes, So Jules, Jules Baby, the producer.
Oh yeah.
He yesterday put out a statement. It was very, very sad actually. Talking about, he was basically being honest, right? He put it on Twitter and he said honesty. So he said, "I'll be real. Personally, I feel like I don't get a lot of love from my peers and people in this music thing at all. No idea why. I do this for my family and for the people who love what I do genuinely. But can't lie, sometimes you do look for that support from your peers and it does hurt. Just an honest thoughts. I've done so much, shifted soundscapes myself. People know this, but downplay my hard work and my effort. I think about quitting every single day. These things can mess up these things can mess you up mentally. But I've got a family and people to take care of. In all honesty, yeah, I think it's wild people aren't giving Jules his flowers. I think if you're aware of what Jules does and you're not giving him his flowers, then you're a hater. That's the only way I can say it.
Yeah, I spoke about this yesterday with Gina.
Yeah.
Obviously, she knows Jules personally, innit?
Yeah.
And you know what it is about the industry or just work in general? When people see you as a threat, when they see you as someone who can maybe trump them or take their position, or even competition, they're going to be reluctant to support you, innit?
Yep.
And I feel like, obviously, Jules gets lots of love from his fans and stuff, but he's looking for this love from his peers.
Peers as well, yeah.
Fellow artists, fellow producers, fellow DJs, whatever. And sometimes you don't get that because, of how good you are or people see you as a threat. And I think he needs to find solace in the fact that he gets support from, his friends and family. But Gina told me, and she said this on the pod, so I can say it here, that he's a sensitive person.
Yeah.
And that, for example, if his friends don't come to a show,
Yeah.
he gets quite upset.
Oh, really?
If his friends show up to a show, but he looks at them and they're not really enjoying themselves,
Yeah.
he takes it some type of way as well.
Mhm.
So even though what he's saying is valid, Gina
Yeah.
did say, yeah, he is sensitive
Okay, that makes sense.
and he does take things to heart.
Yeah.
So this is probably
Yeah, he seems like I've met him a couple of times, and he seems like a very, very like a sweet person.
yeah.
But his impact is crazy because he's right. He has introduced sounds, and I think people like he probably gets people. I don't know if he has. I don't know if he feels this, but sometimes he probably feels like people basically copy his work,
Yeah.
but don't credit him for it, or they don't
Yeah.
admit that they got their influence
Yeah.
from him. It's really sad because I think he's a living legend in my opinion. He's worked with amazing people,
Yeah.
and even like with Wizkid, like they make amazing things together. With Wande Cole, they make amazing things together. But he does a lot, and he does a lot producing for other artists, like doing work for other artists as well as his own stuff because he releases his own stuff.
Yeah, and I think you know what it is sometimes as well. I think certain personality types
Yeah.
get stepped on.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
He seems very quiet,
Yeah,
timid, maybe a bit too humble, maybe.
yeah,
And when people see people with that type of personality, they often step
Take
on them, innit?
advantage.
They take advantage,
yeah.
and that might be what's happening with him a little bit as well.
I can believe that. But hopefully we need to have Jules on here anyway. I think Koi and I, it was so sweet because Koi and I talked about him on here before, and it got back to him,
Yeah,
and he messaged us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he messaged us to say, I appreciate you guys showing me love on your show. Da, 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 da. Like he's such a lovely guy. But it'd be nice actually to have him on here. We'll look into that. But do you guys watch Love Is Blind?
no,
Is it that you marry someone like ASAP?
You speak to them in a pod
Yes.
over time,
Yeah.
and then you move. And then whoever you agree to be with, you then go on holiday together,
Yeah.
and then you go back to your house, and then you get married. You ever
Yeah.
get married or you don't?
I think I've seen one full season of that.
Yeah, was that the first season you saw?
I'm not too sure.
The girl with the student loans, that owed the student loans.
No, I don't think I saw that one.
Okay, probably recent one you saw then.
Maybe,
Because
yeah.
there's one girl in there, yeah, sis was just trying to make a buck. She had so much student loans, yeah, because she wanted to do a makeup business, and then she just took out a loan. She was funny. But I think she and Amanda still together, funny enough. So basically, the latest season, last season, there was a girl on there called Ayana and a guy called Jarrett. But basically, yeah, Jarrett liked two girls, right? He liked this Latina girl, Mallory, and he liked Ayana, and Ayana's black. But basically, that NFL looking guy, black guy. Yeah, I think that's when he saw it. Yeah. But and then Ayana was so small and little, and then Mallory was with some other guy that was a bit sneaky, like. But yeah,
I feel like
I feel like you probably.
Yeah,
I think this is the season you saw. But anyway, so really and truly, who he wanted was Mallory, but Mallory chose the another guy. So then he was like, when I told this guy was crying. He's a big guy. Like he was doing, it was snot bubble. It was he was upset. And then he was like to Ayana, I want to be with you. But obviously she knew that he liked and he loved another woman kind of thing. But she really liked him. Now he was her first pick, but she was his second pick. So anyways, they ended up going through with it. They got married, whatever. And it's been cute, whatever. Because even when they decided to be together, he and Mallory spoke where you can still see that there was kind of like regret that he couldn't be with Mallory. Anyway, last, everybody chop breakfast. They're getting a divorce.
Oh no.
I know. So there was rumors speculating, kind of swirling around or whatever. So they released a statement yesterday and they said, "What's going on, family? After much thought, we're saddened to share that we have separated and will begin the process of divorcing. While we have love for each other, our lives are going in different directions, and that's okay. Coming to this decision was far from easy, and we will always wish each other the absolute best. We hope you all will give us some space as we close this chapter of our lives. Thank you to our close friends and family for loving us both through our experience. To Love Is Blind family and Netflix, thank you for this unforgettable opportunity and support. Each of you have brought overwhelming love and joy into our lives. This experience has taught us so much about ourselves, vulnerability and love. We don't regret a single thing." It's sad. I hope she finds love because I feel like he's going to go back to Mallory. If Mallory is single, he's going back to Mallory because he really fancied the heck. He fancied the heck out of Mallory.
Wants to give it a try.
So, yeah, hopefully, what's it called? Hopefully they will get back. She will find love. She was really, really sweet as well. But I just felt like she was too young for the show. She was like, I think 24 or something. I was like, you are young. What are you looking for at marriage at 24 years old? Girl. But yeah, hopefully they get back to, hopefully she finds love in the way that she wants it, and all the best to all parties involved, really.
Esther, your op is in the chat.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I don't know who that is. Yes. So basically, London rappers are out here showing their asses in Dubai, of all places. Dubai. I think we've talked about this before, where there's certain places in the world that I will go to, and I might not even be my real self, just so I don't offend. Do you get what I mean? Anyway, Sha, Tion Wayne and Dutch Valley got in a fight in the mean streets, in the nice streets of Dubai. Like a proper fight. Okay, also another thing, sorry, yeah, respectfully, yeah. I feel like if people are going to record a fight, you need to make sure your camera's A1. Don't record a fight in the pixelated CCTV. Even the CCTV these days are looking really good.
Android phone, isn't it?
Yeah, respectfully.
It's iPhone.
Respectfully. Don't record with an Android, then put it on the internet for us to view, and we can't even see who's who. We have to make out the head shape still to see, okay, this is Tion, oh, that was Dutch Valley. Do you get what I mean? Like, come on. But anyway, they got in a fight. There's no word exactly on what the fight was about. What the videographer was one of Tion's boys. And he was screaming like a bad bee in the corner.
He was screaming?
Yes.
Why was he screaming?
He was like, look at you! Look at you!
And then look at you.
Look at you! I said, sorry.
So what, did we see any of the actual fight?
No!
Oh.
We basically saw Tion like doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah, jousting.
Dutch Valley was on the other side, but you can kind of make out that he had like a bit of a bust lip.
Okay.
Yeah, you could tell that he was kind of
He'd been got.
on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd been got. But you couldn't tell that, like, we should have seen the actual fist.
But the thing is, the fight shouldn't be on camera, because if you're Tion's boy
You probably was
and they're
involved.
fighting,
Yeah.
you should be fighting too. You shouldn't be
Yeah, but that's
recording
what
the
Dutch
fight.
said. So basically, Dutch said, yeah, that he was wrapping him up for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They said 10 minutes, sir. It wasn't 10 minutes.
10
But
minutes
anyway,
is a long time in the fight.
10 minutes is a long time.
10 minutes in a fight is like an
10
hour.
minutes is
you know what I'm
a
saying?
long ass time.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, like he was doing for 10 minutes, but he was saying that the video guy, he was like, I don't know what you're talking about anyway, because you were standing at the back the whole time. You didn't come and back your boy. So I don't think the video guy, because basically Tion was breathing heavy, yeah. Obviously he'd been in a fight.
Yeah.
The man who was recording, his lungs were intact. He didn't miss a breath. He was fine. So I don't know. It's annoying because
But saying that though, Dutch Valley, I think he said there was like what 6 Tion's
Yeah.
guys, isn't it?
yeah, he said that.
So
yeah,
that guy holding the camera, he may not want to jump in. 'Cause otherwise
Yeah.
it just looks like he's
To be
just
fair,
rushing him.
I mean, it wasn't rushing.
did you see that Tion's documentary when he released his last album?
He's got a documentary.
Yeah, it's like a maybe a 4 or 5 part series.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously they showed a lot of his entourage and his managers, his boys,
Okay.
top manager. There's one of his boys who if it's him, I can see why he didn't fight. Because he's tiny.
Is it
He's very small. So I can see why.
as a small in height or small in body?
Small everything. He's small in height,
Just
small in body. So
okay.
he's probably like, historically not got involved in fights because of his size. Maybe he was the one recording.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tion's like, he's always with Tion.
Yeah.
I think it's his manager or road manager or whatever. If it was him,
Yeah.
then I understand him not fighting because he would have got wrapped up.
Yeah.
He's very small. Because some people in the crew, that's not your job, innit?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we know you can't fight. So if there's a fight, just stand at the back.
relax.
Yeah, relax or you're going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Basically, so it happens, innit?
It's crazy, man. But I wish we saw the proper fight, but we didn't. So that's a damn shame. Who was it? No, that's fine. I can't really comment. But yeah. And then my last bit of news. I don't know what this is about yet. I just saw a little picture on the gram.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to it. So there's an American comedian. She's absolutely hilarious. Her name is Beverly Adeze. You would have definitely seen stuff from her before. She does like the mum and the auntie skits, and it's just so natural. It's flipping hilarious. And of course, our babes, Simply Shayo. So basically, they linked up for a little auntie mum thing. Like it looks very, very interesting. Even the picture that they posted is very iconic. And they didn't say much about it. They haven't said anything, but they just posted a picture, put a little film emoji. So I'm looking forward to seeing that drop. I think it's gonna be really, really good. But I definitely wanted to give them a shout out. We absolutely love Black excellence on here. So yeah, but check out Beverly Adeze. She's sick on Instagram, on TikTok. She's absolutely jokes. And of course, Simply Shayo as well. Looking forward to the content. Let's get into the People's Journal.
All right, people. Welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. All right, I'm going to be quite quick today. I feel like I've given a lot of negative news this week, unfortunately.
No, I think you've been balanced.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true, actually.
You've been balanced.
Yeah,
It's
somewhat.
actually been a good week.
Yeah, actually, it hasn't been too bad.
Okay, well, it's about to go down a bit.
All right then.
But well, basically, all it is really is kind of just talking about the 10% inflation figures that we got basically this week, and basically how I guess a lot of analysts are saying the tax cuts, pardon me, that's being promised by Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak, right, during their whole leadership battle, you know, going back and forth, probably is unlikely.
Of course it's not.
Yeah.
Who believed it was gonna happen? I didn't.
But yeah, so basically it's looking like, you know what, this is definitely the worst. Was the first double-digit inflation figures in more than 4 decades, in 40 years. And so, like, these guys can't really just expect that whatever they're saying about these tax cuts and how they're gonna kind of implement these things into you know, everyday life is gonna solve this problem. It may have to be more stringent, basically, in their approach. Obviously, there's no word from Sunak or Truss. This is just basically just analysts talking about this. So, I don't know. We may see them come out with something. Doubt it, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think they've got maybe a couple more back and forths. I'm not too sure. Because, you know, they're going to be deciding who the next Prime Minister is. I believe it's September 5th.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, man. So, we've got only a couple weeks before we figure out who's going to be replaced to Mr. Boris Johnson. Have you guys seen Boris Johnson on holiday?
Listen,
No, I think
enjoying, you know?
I think I one picture. Yeah,
Boris
one
Johnson,
still.
I'm done.
One
He said,
still.
I am done. You cannot come and kill me in this England.
That guy is consistent.
I mean, and I love that for him. That's one thing I always rate about people. If you're consistent with your messaging, with the way you live your life, man hasn't been on holiday. Do you know? He had to postpone his honeymoon and everything. Even his marriage was delayed because he was dealing with the whole COVID stuff. And as soon as he put the message, I'm out.
Yep.
Peace.
100%.
Go on, BJ. You get your cocktails on.
It's funny because the pictures kind of look like he's chilling with regular people with his top off at the beach. You see him, his hands up, enjoying life. You think Prime Minister?
He's like, so what do you guys think of the Conservatives? I think they're stupid too. That's funny, man. I love it.
Man. And the last thing I want to talk about is basically supermarket bills. Basically, again, based on analysts and whatnot, basically the head of retail and consumer insight at Kantar, who's Fraser Kevitt, he basically said, as predicted, we've now hit a new peak in grocery price inflation, with products like butter, milk, and poultry in particular seeing some of the biggest jumps, right? The price rises will pile pressure on households, as we know, already struggling to cope with rising energy bills and petrol prices.
Yeah.
More than 1 in 8 UK households fear they don't have enough money, right? And there's also, on top of that, no further way to make cuts to afford this increase in the annual energy bills. So it's just like a real peak for everybody, pretty much. What they're saying is, as a rough guide, that supermarket bills in Great Britain will soar by about £533 annually.
Damn.
Yeah. Or basically more than £10 a week. So whatever you're used to paying, yeah, it's looking like it's going to be like more than £10 a week extra.
I'm noticing it in little things. It's like extra 25p here. But do you guys think you're putting the wall over my eye? I can see it.
100%.
Some girl on Twitter yesterday, she must have gone to Asda and she literally had like, I think 5 items and it came up to like £20 something. And she was like, she's like, honestly, this is actually stupid now. This is ridiculous.
Wow.
People are cooking her. So I'm like, oh, go to Lidl. But do you know what's mad? Lidl is more expensive.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's getting more
I went to
expensive.
Lidl the other day. Get a Tesco Club card. Tesco not paying me, but honestly, the Club card prices helps. Because I went to Lidl the other day to
Tesco Club
get...
cards is a bit fake though.
Why?
They inflate the prices on things and then they
They
make
put
you
it back
feel like
down.
it's bait with some things, man.
But you're right. For some
Yeah,
things,
some
for
things,
some
yeah.
things, it does help. Also, so to
No, it's
you
okay.
know the Club Card thing? Do you get the Club Card Plus?
What's the
I
Club
don't
card
know
So
price?
basically, you pay $7.99. It's like a Netflix subscription.
Not you trying to get us... Actually, no, never mind.
The reason why I say that is
Subscriptions, yes.
because you get 10% off your overall shopping,
Every time.
like twice that month.
Where is it like a minimum spend £50? I
No.
hate when they do that.
There's no minimum.
For anything.
Yeah.
But I have to pay $7.99
So
though.
you pay $7.99
Yeah.
a month and you get 10% off your shopping twice a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the 10%,
I have to do bare maths to see that's even.
and I have to do a proper like household food shop. for that.
Kind of. So basically, on one shop, right, of £80,
Yeah.
you would have paid it. You would have paid it. So then your next shop, you just get 10%.
Yeah, but I don't shop £80 in Tesco. Do you get what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
okay.
Like,
You
it
do
would
it
have
in
to be like a
bits.
household monthly kind of shop.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Then,
For it to make sense for me, because I'm so competitive, I need to make my $7.99 back plus profits.
Oh, 100%. I think for me, it's like I do more like end of the week, every
Yeah.
2 weeks or something. So yeah, I feel it straight away. But
See, I
it
go as
adds
the
up.
spirit leads. Because certain
Yeah.
things I can't get, because I would get like, I get fruits, vegetables. I have to get those.
Yeah.
I can't get
same
them
as
in
me.
bulk. Do you
Yeah.
get what I mean?
Same here. I do that as well, but I don't use my 10% for those. So basically, when I do like the household thing,
Oh,
that's
okay,
when
that's
I
what
then
you do,
use
yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's a good hack though, I
Yeah.
would say. That's
I
a
think
good,
it's decent. It helps. That's
yeah. But definitely Lidl is expensive now. Expensive. Because even I went the other day to get meatballs. I said, you're on crack. You gotta be. It was like £4 something, I think.
Oh wow.
It was stupid expensive. And then when I went to what's that place called? Tesco. Cause I was going to Tesco anyway. So I thought, actually, let me check the website
Yeah.
before whatever. And I saw the club card price. I said, okay, I might as well get that from there then.
What's the solution? Man, gotta start drinking Gary and peanuts.
No, dead ass. You're gonna have to. You're really gonna have to. That's a meal though.
No,
Ice water.
That's a meal, bro. Trust me.
With the right ratio of sugar.
Gary, you have sugar.
Yes.
I have Gary raw.
Sorry, bad man.
No, it's not a bad man thing. This is
No.
just how I've
No,
always
because
had
it's
it.
sour.
It's not sour, man. You get a nice sweet one.
Sweet what? Sweet Gary.
No, but growing up, I never knew having Gary with sugar, milk was a
yeah.
thing. For
Yeah, I
me,
can't
it
do
was,
the milk
me, it was
thing.
just water. And then later in life, I introduced nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
So add the garnishing.
Yeah, but I never used to put sugar in Gary. That's insane.
I've heard about milk. I can't do milk.
Yeah, same. I don't like the milk thing as well. But some people, I remember in boarding school, some people did the milk, but it was mainly Gary, water, nuts, and sugar.
Okay.
Chilled
Yeah, in
water.
school.
That's a meal.
Yeah.
That slaps.
Yeah.
That proper slaps. No, have you ever tried? So you haven't tried it with sugar yet?
No, I've tried it once I found that it was a thing and I didn't like it.
Really?
No, I prefer Gary just with water.
Nah, because on its own yet, I think I would have to like crave it, because it's just not bland. Obviously, the nuts gives a little flavor, but
Yeah.
it's just sour to me, just tasteless.
That's the way I like it.
Because you're used to it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I'm so used to it.
I love me some sugar. All right, yeah. Let's get into woke or joke.
People asking what's Gary?
It's cassava.
Gary.
Gary
Whoops.
Gary is so that's a joke from Only Fools and Horses, but Gary is what's it called? Cassava.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Also, my finger keeps slipping on these other pads. So if you see a little black screen, apologies.
I saw one as well.
yeah.
Yep, seen it again. Oh, that one, the same one.
All right. So today's woke or joke, right?
Yes.
Is there more to this? Cool. You figure out what the this is now. Is what we consume controlled by some invisible hand, some higher power? You know what I'm saying? People in certain offices that we never see, like top CEOs, or is basically whatever we consume, social media, music, all of that type of stuff. Is it a reflection of the wants and desires of the people? So music, for example. You know what I'm saying? It's like music. You're hearing a lot of drill and all this type of stuff, right? Is it because the people want drill? Or is it because maybe they're trying to give us drill to maybe send a particular message? You know what I'm saying? Are for example, the models you see on TV, in the magazines, is it because they're trying to send a particular message to the people? Or is this actually what we actually prefer?
I think it depends on the industry.
Okay.
Okay.
I think with music, especially our music, I don't believe that's being created by the man. I believe the man sees what's popular, sees what we want, and then they try and capitalize off it themselves.
Okay.
So, for example, you might have an H, white rapper, who's popping, and then the label like, you know what? Let's go and find ourselves an Ardy. You know what I mean? That's why people call people like industry plants when they want to. Or you might see drill's popular. All right, the kids love drill. Let's go and sign a bunch of drill artists. So I feel like in music, they just jump on what's popular. to capitalize
Yeah.
off it, as opposed to them creating it themselves. But I think with body image, modeling, clothing, I feel that's more the powers that be telling us this is it. Because through programming, you know, they can literally do whatever they want, and we'll eventually, you know, change our mindset.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
I was gonna say I agree with that actually, in terms of like it being the industry, because even remember when COVID started, they're like, oh, it's not too serious, blah blah, it's just this. I feel like the media can really control the way it can control what it is that we're invested in, how it is that we react to things, how we start to see it, and like it can vilify and make things look good when it fits into the agenda. I love a good conspiracy theory, but I do believe that, I think with music stuff is a bit different. I do believe that I kind of might believe that maybe the powers that be can introduce sound, maybe if they want this, if it's like, oh, this is, we want this to be like the next trending thing or whatever. I can believe that. I can honestly, and if you see how like we have like, there's industry implants, like, those are real things, those are real people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
See,
that's part of it.
it's not so much they creating the music. It's like you said, they're hearing what's out. 'Cause remember, a lot of these people are not creatives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just hearing. They're like, you know what? Maybe we can peddle this message through this particular, you know what I'm saying, medium, for example. So I don't know, using hip hop for example, in the early '90s, Public Enemy, Tribe Called Quest, all these type of positive groups, right?
Yeah.
Who we're talking about Fight the Power, really going hard, right? Black consciousness was all over the place. Now, predominantly, music, you're gonna hear about killing and stabbing another black person.
Yeah.
Is that because us as black people prefer to listen to this? Or do you feel somewhere in the mix, they're like, you know what? We want to stay above these black people. We want to stay above these other minorities. This is what some of them are kind of listening to.
Yeah.
Let's push it to the forefront. So it's kind of the only option or the biggest option. You know what I'm saying? And the positive black stuff, let's get that out there.
No, I don't.
Sorry, Ben.
I don't really believe that. I believe that we want that type of music.
We want it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we want the violence, we want the sex, we want the salacious stuff. That's what we want. Because if you look since the beginning of inception of hip hop, for example, conscious rap has always been at the back. Gangster rap's always been at the front of it.
Not really though. In the beginning, that's what I was saying about Public Enemy, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, all these guys, they weren't talking about killing.
Yeah, because salacious stuff never really existed then. So when hip hop first came out, it was more so. Well, to be when it first came out, it was more about party stuff, whatever. Then it evolved to stuff. I think gangster rap came out afterwards. So who would you say was the first gangster rapper? Maybe like I don't know, NWA, Ice-T, whatever.
Yeah, around them times, yeah.
I feel like since gangster rap was introduced, it's been at the forefront more so than conscious rap.
But why? Do you feel like it's because, like you said,
I feel like
we just want that more?
I feel like it might be a combination of both. It might be a combination of what we want and the powers that be pushing that narrative more so because it's probably gonna, you know, keep us beneath them and keep them above us. So I think it could be a mixture of both.
Mixture of both.
Yeah.
And do you see it with the modeling as well? Because, for example, certain, you know, the whole colorism thing, right? Light-skinned black girls, maybe a particular type of texture of hair, things of that nature. Is that kind of the industry pushing that to the forefront?
Absolutely.
So that our children kind of think that's the ideal beauty?
Absolutely, because basically, if you see what fashion and not even fashion, but like in terms of body types, what it's looked like over the years. First of all, when I was growing up, the skinny girls were, the skinny girls was that was where it was at. What it was for you to be skinny. That was the thing. That was the trend. Then it moved to having a bit of a bum, not too big, just a bit of a bum kind of thing. And then breasts. So when all the girls, a lot of girls were like, oh, I want to get breast surgery, all that kind of stuff. And then it became the whole, now we've got the BBL body. But now, even the BBL body now, that is now coming out of fashion. So I do think that the media definitely controls that part of this is what's trending and this is what you should be into right now. Because all these things here, when you think about like, we consume so much that not everyone is able to separate themselves from what it is that they consume in the media. So a lot of people internalize these things. So all of a sudden you find that you want to be skinny, but now actually you're thinking, actually now I want a BBL body. There's like, actually no, this is what I want. My bum can't be too, because now the surgery the girls are getting is like it's like slight. So you have got surgery, but it's not obvious you've had surgery. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And even like the artists and the celebrities that had the bodies that were on the magazines, a lot of them now are taking the implants out. This is what. Do you know what I mean? So I think with media, it definitely does control that. I think with the music stuff though, and like the violent music and all that stuff, I feel like it's to put out a narrative about black people. I think that's the bigger goal, because even when you think about like how with crime, it's always black on black. Like black on black crime to me is the wildest thing to hear. Crime is crime. Do you get what I mean? But we don't get like Asian and Asian crime, even if it's an Asian guy that's killed all Asian people. We don't get that. When it's white people, we do not get that. We only get it with it's black on black crime. So for me, I think even with the music and in terms of like the violence and that kind of stuff anyway going on, I think that it's to just to have this idea and this image that, because a lot of people just believe that black people are aggressive. This is why the whole aggressive stuff comes into, and the whole black people are. A lot of people's ideologies comes from what a lot of people's beliefs and opinions of what black people are comes from media.
Yeah, facts.
So if you're getting the media, this is the kind of music that they listen to. They kind of listen to this kind of like the very aggressive music, blah blah. This is what they listen to, and this is what they do, and blah blah blah. It shapes your idea of what you believe a black person is. Do you get me? And this is why I was even talking earlier about how it is in the office, where it's like, oh, like you're kind of the urban ones, and everyone's talking normally, but when you come to try and throw in a little slang here and then, it's like, what are you doing? Because again, this is the idea of what black people are. So I think that I don't necessarily think that, they're necessarily pushing the music, but I do think that when it comes to like drill and stuff, because a lot of drill artists are signed. Or even they're not signed yet, but they get like opportunities. Yeah. And I think there's a reason for that. Yeah. But then I noticed as well, I think in this year Wireless, there wasn't a drill artist on stage. Because with Wireless now, it's beyond the black community. It's world. It's basically like a worldwide stage. They're not gonna be on there what's the word? Yeah, perpetuating. That's it. Perpetuating like violence and stuff like that, because the crowd is different. But I bet if it was a black festival, we would have drill artists there. Do you get what I mean?
You're talking about on the main stage or talking about on any stage at Wireless? 'Cause I'm sure there was some drill acts at Wireless.
I don't believe so.
No?
Not on the main stage.
One.
It wouldn't be.
Definitely not on the main stage, but I don't know even about the smaller stages.
Because, for example, Tion, right now, because Tion kind of shifts what he does, but I would say he's a drill artist now.
Yeah, but he's not like... he's not a drill art. I feel like Tion gives me like Afro fusion kind of vibe.
Yeah, no, but he's done that in the past. But remember, Tion's lyrics are very violent, but I think because he masks it with all the melody and the dance.
Yeah.
But listen to some of his verses, he's talking crud.
Yeah.
Like hella crud.
And it's funny you bring up Tion, because I remember Tion, I don't want to get the quote wrong, right? But it was basically along the lines of him basically saying, look at J5, he's charging 25K for a beat. How do you guys expect me to write or make more songs like, I don't know, a particular style, when obviously for me to afford a beat like that, I need to make a certain type of music. Yeah. So I can make the money to do that. Yeah. Like, don't expect me to be more conscious. Don't expect me to have like sick like bars and crazy lyrics and all that. I need to make the dance tunes so I can make that money.
Yeah, I feel like with Tion, he's cracked the code. He knows what gets him in the charts. He knows what gets him the money. He knows what gets him the show. That, and I'm not even mad at it.
And this is basically what I'm getting to. Like, is that the industry doing that, or is him basic, or is that the people? Because obviously, the people are the ones streaming his music.
But when you think about it, though, it might even be the industry that kind of pushes that, because obviously with labels and stuff, I don't know if Tion is signed. Is he signed? Yeah. He signed. The labels should be the ones footing this bill to an extent. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he's in a place where he feels, I mean, we talked about the other day. I reported about how Megan paid $250,000 for that Future verse, but like, really, the label should be footing his bill. So if he's having to think, I can't afford to pay this kind of money,
but it's more so like, remember, everyone have a budget.
Yeah.
So let's just say they gave him, I don't know, 500K budget. Like, okay, let's just say 100K budget. Obviously, it's not, right? Like, it will be kind of crazy for him to think, you know what, let me spend a quarter of that on one beat from J5. But if I'm making and selling a lot of records, the next time I sign my deal, right, they'll have to give me a much bigger budget. You know what I'm saying? So You know,
Interesting, really, isn't it?
because
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that also like movies as well? The things we watch, like because a lot of us
If
complain
I see
about.
another slave,
This is what I'm saying. A lot of us
I
complain
can't.
about that,
Yeah.
right? But sometimes it's us who are directing Top Boy, for example. It's us that's directing these so-called slave type films.
Yeah.
Is that what the people want, or is that the industry saying we're only gonna sign you up to this particular thing if you make a film like this?
You know what it is? At this point, at this juncture, it's hard to even say. It's like
yeah.
the whole, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
There you go.
At this point, like, have we been programmed since the beginning? Is this what we want? It's hard to now determine now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, because this has gone so far.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
It's a damn shame.
Yeah. It's a tough
It's
one.
a shame, honey. All right. Any more questions? That's it?
Yep.
All right, lovely. Let's get into our last headlines for the day.
All right, people. This is the last headline of the day. And it's a bit of a long one, but basically it's just to give you an update on what's going on with the Man City player, Benjamin Mendy.
I forgot about his case.
Yeah, it's currently going on. It's a bit mad, man. Like, yeah. But anyway, this is kind of, because you know it's kind of, basically I think it's one case, but it's many different cases.
People them involved.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the women that obviously he's dealing with or whatever, they're in court now, and this is what's going on, right? Cool. So the Man City defender Benjamin Mendy tried to rape a woman. Apparently, this is what the court heard. Trigger warning. Who had gone to his house to meet another footballer in his entourage. So she told the police that the 28-year-old assaulted her after she had a shower in his mansion, tugging at her towel and telling her he wanted to see her naked before attempting to have intercourse with her. The woman, then 29, had met Mendy in a nightclub in Barcelona in October 2017, along with another French footballer, Diaco Fofana. The woman, who was described by the prosecutor, Timothy Craig QC, as the opposite of a football groupie, told police she was introduced to Fofana and Mendy by a club promoter who offered them VIP treatment. We don't want to hang around in queues and stuff, so we took advantage of the opportunity. This is what she said in a video interview that was played to the jury. The next year, in October 2018, she agreed to meet Fofana at Mendy's mansion near Macclesfield in Cheshire. That night, she went out for dinner to a few clubs in Manchester with the footballers. They were accompanied by two other women. The jury pretty much heard that one of them was very beautiful, and she appeared to be with Mendy, because obviously she was sitting on his lap and things of that nature. In the interview that was recorded in January this year, she described how Mendy began to show her unwanted attention in one of the clubs, touching her and saying, when he, Fofana, Mendy's friend, is not looking, I'm going to kidnap you. She said she thought he was joking, so I just said, no, you're not, and took his hands off of me. I said, I want him, as in she wanted Diaco. And she made it clear that her intentions were solely directed towards Diaco Fofana. She spent the night with Fofana, but the next day was having a shower when she was accosted by Mendy. She described her shock when the footballer came into the bathroom wearing nothing but his boxer shorts, touching his penis and asking to see her naked. She said, I tried to reach for a towel and he was saying he just wanted to see me. The woman managed to wrap a towel around herself and grab some underwear, but Mendy snatched it off of her. She said he just did not want me to have it clothes. He kept obstructing me. I kept pushing him away. He kept grabbing me back. He then pulled her onto his lap on the bed before attempting to rape her, the jury heard. She described how he talked to her in French, which she could speak and understand well, saying, I like it when you speak French. It excites me. I like it when you dance. She told him to stop. And she recalled him telling her he wasn't going to penetrate her, saying, you don't have to be scared. I just want to feel you. I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm not going to put it in or anything. He then pressed his penis against her vagina as she tried repeatedly to wriggle out of it and keep her towel on. In the video interview, she described her confusion on what was happening. She said, I didn't understand why for multiple reasons that he tried this. He had such a pretty girl with him the night before. She was so lovely. I didn't know what happened to her. I didn't know what he would want to, with me. I was confused. She texted a friend to tell her what happened, but only went to the police in August of 2021, August last year, after a publicity of Mendy's arrest for raping other women. Mendy denies attempting to rape the woman. He also denies a total of 10 rapes and sexual
Sir.
offences involving 7 women.
Sir, exactly that.
Yeah. He's on trial with his fixer, Louis Saha Maturi, who denies 12 charges involving 8 women.
What's a fixer?
I think he's the guy that was kind of facilitating all of this type of
dear.
stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Mendy is finished.
Yeah,
Like-
it's not
He's
looking good,
done.
man.
He's done.
That's wild.
He's done, bro.
That is very wild.
Yeah, it's kind of reminds us of that headline that we reported of when they said all footballers are going to start getting training now.
Yeah,
Because this
He
is
needs more than
mad.
training. He needs deliverance.
yeah.
I hate to say stuff like this, but I feel like there's probably so many other cases like this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So many.
It's just that women don't have the confidence to come out and
Yeah,
talk about it, and that's
Yeah.
what's sad.
yeah,
That's so wild.
yeah.
All right, is that
Alright.
that it?
That is it. Mary and the
Alright.
little lamb.
Let's get into our outro. Alrighty, thank you guys. Shout out to our live crew. Thank you for joining us on this lovely make do occasion. I think we actually did well, I can't lie to you.
Yeah, we did well still.
We held it down.
I think I'll be better tomorrow with the buttons.
Yeah.
And same here. I'm better with everything. And hopefully we'll start on time.
Yeah. No, we absolutely appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for listening. Do subscribe, like this video. This video is going to stay up actually, so you might as well share it to your friends. Share it. You don't have to wait for it to come at 7 p.m. It's out now. So share it, like it, do all that great stuff. Follow us on our social media platforms, The Day After TNB. Comment and like, TikTok as well. If you would like to send voice notes and text messages, send it to 075 64841073. Did Brent give us the phone if they called in?
I'm not too sure.
So you ain't calling nobody. Never mind. Calling from Monday. We told you guys as well, we've got our community. So join that as well. Search on your web, community.thenewblack.com. Download the app when when it prompts you to. We will tell you guys more about all that stuff on Monday as well. And if you'd like to inquire about the show, feature on the show, all that great stuff, email our team the day after at thenewblack.com. Black is spelled with an X.
That's right. Oh, before we go,
Yeah.
can I pick up a listener, please?
Of course you can. Of course.
Firstly, big up everyone in the chat.
So we
'cause
do
you
pick up
guys
everyone
are
in the chat.
consistent. You lot always come and
You show up and
support
show out.
the thing, man. Yeah, I really can't wait for us to have our first.
Yeah, you know what? It'd be dope to have an event, like a little meet and greet with everyone who's
Yeah.
in the chat, the YouTube chats.
There's
Yeah.
something we won't say too much, but there's
Yeah.
something
Ooh, okay.
in the works. That's the nose.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm
bubbly.
like, what do I know?
But yeah, I just want to pick up someone called Denise.
Okay.
She's an avid TDA listener.
I'll pick up Denise.
Right, like yesterday, the video didn't go out on time.
Oh, yes.
Which no, I noticed.
Do you know what? People were telling me Brent off. They're like, Brent, what time do you call this? Brent,
Yeah.
what do you think this is?
Brent, it's your fault.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was like, "Yo, what am I gonna do, man? I'm lost. I need this video."
Aw.
And so I hollered at Brent. I said, "Yo,"
Where's the video at?
and then yeah, so
So,
everyone got it.
do you know
because
what?
of
Everyone
Denise.
thanked Denise.
Exactly.
The video, because basically what happened was Brent set the wrong dates. He put it to tonight. He
That's
did
right.
the 18th instead of the 17th.
He was thinking of the day after.
Yeah, he was thinking of the day, maybe on Brent, thinking of the day after.
There you go.
So big up Denise because of you, sis, that video came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
yeah,
good.
man.
Love
Big up
to see
everyone,
it.
man.
Big up all of you guys. We appreciate you
Yes.
guys. Have a great day, everybody. And yeah, we're back tomorrow.
So if people are saying that Marg's alarm wouldn't have gone off yet if he was here.
No. Oh my gosh, yes, it wouldn't have gone off. But my alarm's gone off, so I got to go.
That'd be cool. Tomorrow.